Prime, you know somebody paid homage to you.
Stuff. I know I was great.
I know. We all know it.
You got to remind me.
No, we like to. We like to keep your spirits up. You know, somebody did pay homage to you, though. And so let's show you how that happened in the spell. And, Dion, I have to ask the question. Are the Panthers better? Well, I can't answer. Can I ask this question?
You can't ask this question because it's not fair. It's not fair to Cam. It's not fair whatsoever. Even though Cam is 0-8, I know you're going to rattle off all these stats that happened. They hadn't won since Moby Dick was a mental with Cam. Now, I will tell you this. Norv Turner called a different game. With Cam, you got to cater to his strengths. You got to cater to his weakness. With this guy, guess what he said? You know they got ear things in the helmets, right? So the people can talk to him to a certain amount. Hey, man, this is the coverage they're going to be in. Throw the ball here. And guess what the kid said? Yes, sir. Norv Turner called a great game, and this kid delivered. Oftentimes, when you have some savvy vets that have been there and done that, they're seeing the game, they see it. They don't hear a lot. They just do a lot. This kid did just what he was asked to do, and look at his statistics. Off the chain, man. This kid ball 19 for 26, 261 yards, 4 TDs, but more importantly, no interceptions. He did not hurt his team. Norv called a different game for this kid, and he delivered, man. I'm proud of him.
Okay. So
But haters gonna hate.
Just a short-term fix, not the guy.
Haters gonna hate.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the Raiders and the Vikings. Kirk Cousins. Well, he said, I've just been terrible this year. The numbers pretty much back that up.
He testified, yeah.
Here he hits Adam Thielen. Now, that's a good route. It's a good formation. It's a good play.
Arguably the best two receivers in the game, collectively, as a tandem.
Although Stephon Diggs has been MIA this year.
Florida State!
Yeah, he's so good. So good this year.
This man is a dog, man.
First Viking to open the season with 3 straight 100-yard efforts. Now in the third, his backup, Alexander Masson, kid from Boise State. Boy, they ran for 211 and 3 scores. That's pretty good.
He rubs off.
They improved
Give the ball.
Packers
Give
trying
the ball.
to get
Good things happen.
3-0 for the first time since 2015. First quarter against Denver. Oh, Aaron Rodgers, he is deadly when he gets a team to jump off sides, isn't he?
You know you're going deep once you do that.
Yeah.
That's automatic.
Yeah, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And Aaron Rodgers, 36 touchdown passes with more than 3 seconds to throw. Most in the NFL since 2016. And how about the defense? Mike Pettin, it's no secret anymore. Your D is really good. Not only at forcing turnovers, but just playing. But here they do force the turnover. Preston Smith, one of the new free agent signees, strips it, and Rashawn Gary, one of their first-round picks, falls on it. And that would lead to an Aaron Jones touchdown and a 17-10 lead over Denver. Third quarter, Prime, you're going to appreciate this play by Jair Alexander. Watch him strip it and recover it.
Big time. And get up and try to run. I don't know why they whistled him down because the guy never touched him.
That's pretty good, huh? That's nice.
No, it's great. That's a heads-up play. This is professional football right here. Don't just make the tackle. Let's take the ball.
That would lead to another Jones touchdown and the Packers' 14-point lead. Later on in the third, Denver's within a score, but Joe Flacco, Green Bay, that defense, they're just savages out there.
Who was he throwing to?
I think it might have been Darnell Savage. If so, he hit him. 8 takeaways for the Pack. That leads the NFL. Denver, for the first time in 2 decades, they're 0-3, and they're having fun in Green Bay and staying clean as well.
I have to say, this is one of the cleanest games my jersey has ever looked. I took basically 1 shot. I hit the ground 1 time, so I'm ecstatic. I mean, I've been at this for a long time, and to go home with my body feeling this good is a credit to the offensive line for sure. So I'm feeling really good. I'm gonna, probably have a little scotch and look at some Philly tape.
Times are rough around here. Obviously, the past 3 years it's been tough. So trying to get it right. Right now it's an 0-3. living in a world of suck.
Must be hard
That
living
was
in a
well
world of
described. I don't allow my kids to say that word. I know Emmanuel, I love him to life. He's brutally honest. They are living in that world. Matter of fact, they're comfortable in that world right now. You allowed all your big-time players to get out of there. You got some young kids that could make the plays. Your quarterback is not pulling the trigger. You haven't had that since Peyton left. You allowed some really good players to leave there, and you really had something good going. This team is really living in that world that Emmanuel talked about. I don't see a turnaround no time soon. You're arguably the third best team in that division, alongside the Raiders. You're definitely not as good as San Diego or the Chiefs. You can forget that. That's a beatdown. So they might as well get comfortable. They're going to be here for a minute.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. And by the way, Chubb and Miller, no sacks yet this year. That's a world of sackless.
That means somebody's open.
Yeah, that's not good. All right, Eagles, Lions, Matthew Stafford taking on the Eagles defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz, who used to be his coach for 5 years in Detroit, and besting them here. Marvin, is that you? It's Marvin Jones in the end zone. Oh, that's a Philly special right there, that guy. Carson Wentz trying to lead the troops. No Deshaun Jackson, no Alshon Jeffrey. He had Nelson Aguilar, his second TD of the day, and Philly's within 3. Now, under 2 minutes to go, Matt Prater trying to tack on a 3. No! It gets swatted away by Malcolm Jenkins and returned by Rasul Douglas inside the 25. But there was a penalty on the play after the Jenkins swat. It was a block in the back, so that pushed the ball back to midfield. That's big because remember, the Eagles just needed a field goal to tie at this point. So Carson Wentz, what are you going to do? On 4th and 5, looking for Darren Sproles. He gets him for a 25-yard gain. However, guess who pushed off on Tavon Wilson?
That was actually a good call.
Yeah.
Really a good call.
That's offensive PI. They've been big on that this year. So Wentz again. What's he going to do on 4th and 15? Looking for J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. He had him. He got his mitts on it. But it
dropped it.
Got knocked away by Rashawn Meldon. So the Eagles, the loser, got to have a short memory, though, because you're back to work quickly this week. Kicking off week 4. Thursday night football at Lambeau Field. You can catch it here on NFL Network, Fox, and our friends over at Amazon Prime Video as well. Sunday night football, an exciting one, is Jared Goff taking his show on the road to Cleveland. 4th quarter, Rams down 3. Cooper Kupp, what a big night he had.
Great release he had off the jam. He totally lost the guy. That's why he was that open.
Browns now down 7, under a minute to go. 4th and goal, Baker Mayfield flushed out of the pocket, off his back foot, picked off by John Johnson III. Rams win it. Browns, season of dreams, off to a 1-2 nightmarish start.
When you get down to the 5, can you just explain the process of why you didn't run at least once?
I should have run it once. Should have ran it 3 times.
So why didn't you?
I just didn't.
If you're saying that after a game that you realize you should have called run plays there.
I was being facetious. I should have run it 1 time. I should have. That's what I'm kicking myself in the ass for right now.
Is that an issue with the play calling in the moment if after the game you're realizing I should have done something that you didn't do then?
I should have called more of a direct run. That's all I'll say.
What happened on the 4th and 9 play call?
Bad call.
Was that play? Did you want that play call?
Yes, I wanted that play call.
Do you think you'd catch him in what was your thinking on that?
It just didn't work. It was a bad call.
Why go for it there, Freddie?
We're trying to win the game. We were on that side of the field. It was a bad call.
Okie dokie. 5 quarterbacks went from understudy to leading role on Sunday and ended up going 3-2. One of those guys that suffered the 2 losses, Mason Rudolph, didn't throw for 200 yards, but a couple of scores in that loss out in San Francisco. So the Steelers fall to 0-3. you're not throwing dirt on them just yet, right? They can get out of this hole.
Dirt. Please, I'm throwing cement. That thing is over. Rudolph played well. He really did. I like the tenacity of the kid. I love his maturation. But this team, they had 3 early turnovers and they only got 3 points out of it, and that's not good. That's not good, especially with 49ers defense. And they're not great, but they play hard. This team just is not that type of team. I mean, they should look around and kick themselves in the front office, as well as some of the selfishness of the players getting out of there to worse situations. But this team is at least 3 years away, 3 drafts away from being that team that they once were.
Wow,
3. I didn't stutter.
Wow, they just gave up a first-round pick to pick up Minkah Fitzpatrick as well, so that's kind of interesting.
Minkah can play, but
the good news for the Steelers, 3 of their next 4 at home, and 2 of those are against winless teams in Cincinnati and Miami. So maybe they got a shot.
Well, God gave them the Dolphins. God gave them the Dolphins on the schedule. Yeah, that was a blessing.
Let's make a 180-degree turn. Teams that are 3-0, there are 7 of them right now. Maybe a couple of surprises out there, including the Buffalo Bills, who were
they're surprised, but they're playing well, man.
Yeah, they were looking to go 3-0 for the first time since 2011 when Fitzmagic was at the helm. Here in the 4th, they blew a 14-0 lead. Cincinnati came back with 17 unanswered, but that's Frank Gore with his 79th career touchdown. I see you, big fella.
Frank Gore still getting it done.
Yeah,
somebody get that man 21.
You know who got it done? Tre'Davious White on the tip drill. That's his second INT of the day.
I love this kid.
Yeah, he sealed it. Gets a win.
Yeah, he balled. He got the call, too. I love him. I love him.
Yeah, well, that's what you get. Right, you ball, you get the call. So why don't we go prime time? Presented to you by Geico.
With 2 picks and 1 to clinch it and to ice it, you can't help but get the call.
Oh, man, we just did a great job of getting after the quarterback. The front 7 did a great job of putting pressure on Andy. And second of the game clincher, he was in the quarters coverage, and my safety did a great job of breaking it up a little bit and tipping it. And I did a great job of just running to the ball and just capitalizing on the ones that they threw to me.
What's the difference of this team?
Man, all the rest of them 10 guys, man. It ain't just me out there, man. I got 10 other great guys out there, man. It's just making my job easy. You know, when everybody out there impact, man, it's just, like I said, make your job easy, man. I'm just out there doing what I got to do.
Hey, 28 completions, man, that's astounding.
When Andrew retired, Frank came to me and told me, this your show. We're gonna play off you. And when you got the head coach telling you things like that, the play caller, it's just gonna give you confidence because he's gonna put you in the best situations.
You may be the first Packer defensively that we've ever got.
Yeah, we got a lot of guys playing hard right now, man. I'm just happy to get the call. We played together, and I'm happy to make some plays and some key moments to get us off the field and to get us, a momentum shift back to our offense.
When you guys run the ball effectively, you take some pressure off your quarterback Cousins.
That's the goal, to keep making 8 in the box, because if we could get one-on-one matchups with 14, 19, 82, and them guys, it's a problem, man. It ain't too many guys in the NFL that can cover those guys one-on-one, in my opinion.
You know what? If you tune in next week, I will come to a Buffalo game.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that right there.
All right, Dion, I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock because it's Prime's time. So let's figure out a couple of things, including who wore it best. J.J. Watt back in the day with that beak, or Pete Carroll when he got hit by a nose in pregame by football.
How you get hit by a ball in pregame and you the head coach? Somebody should be fired.
Yeah, well, they were thinking about
Whoever was responsible.
But who wore it better?
Pete Carroll, man, he's tougher.
Oh, Pete Carroll, okay, because he's almost...
Pete got some age on him, man, and he still coaches his butt off.
I understand. Gardner Minshew is all that and then some. Went to his alma mater, Washington State, wearing some jorts. Thumbs up or heck no?
No, dog. No, man. I can't get with that one now.
You didn't wear those once in Seminole Land? Not once in the 80s?
No, dog. No, you get an infection wearing them.
Okay. Last one, Jalen Ramsey. Will he suit up in a Jags uni next week against Denver?
Well, this is what the streets say. The owner is a great guy, and he really wants Jalen to stay in Jacksonville. I think it's on Jalen, what he wants to do. If you want to win, at least make him comfortable.
So what's that mean?
Make him comfortable.
Is it?
You're going to lose, I got to be comfortable.
Interesting. That sounds like a nice little money play to me. Okay, Prime. I see you working.